Hey everyone, welcome back. We've got 2 great boxes today. I wanted to do something a little bit different today. Let's talk about gemstones and jewelry and interior design. I love interior design. I've always wanted to learn more about interior design. And in my own home, which is about the size of these boxes, I'm trying to incorporate more gemstones and minerals. So let's dive in. Wow, these are heavy. No cards today. Whoa, that is amazing. Okay, this is Labradorite. Really smooth. I love the flashes right there. Can you see that? It's really cool to the touch, extremely heavy. Love the colors. Honestly, when I'm looking at this, I would love that as a countertop. Wouldn't that be cool? I don't know if you could do that. I don't know if it's porous or I could put my hot pots and pans on it, but I love this. Next box. This is even heavier. This is my workout for today. My shoulder workout. Start the timer. We're gonna see how many seconds I can hold this box out in front of me. Ready? Shoulders are on fire. My shoulders are en fuego.
How heavy do you think that box is?
I don't know. How many seconds am I at? Okay, I'm gonna try to get to 30. Let me know when it's 30. That was so hard. I briefly peeked in the box. Okay, super cool. You wanna know what it is? It's huge. This is obviously an amethyst. So look at the color. It's really spiky. I see some really cool color concentrations of purple. In my home, I would probably have it out like on a table or something. And this could be, putting some books up. In my home, I typically love really neutral pieces, very calm. I like lots of wood. My furniture is mid-century modern. I love really clean lines. So what's really cool about adding like gemstones or minerals into your home design, especially for my home design, is that it adds a pop of color. I have a little geode in my kitchen and it adds like a pop of color. So when I'm cooking dinner, it's something cool to look at. And that's what I would do with these pieces. I would probably have more pieces like this. So I would say amethyst is one of the more popular things I've seen in home design. I suspect it's because of the color, but also because you can get really big slabs like this and they're intact. If you want to learn more about amethyst though, we just did an unboxing about that a few months ago. So check that out. This is definitely something that you could leave sitting up. You could lean it on a table. There's so many opportunities to decorate with minerals. I love having lots of plants in my apartment in really neutral colors. And then I can come in with pieces like these with pops of color. Another thing that I love to do is I love to entertain. I love having my friends over, whether it's for dinner or brunch or Oscar watching parties or Super Bowl parties. I love having people over. So what I've been doing lately is buying things like coasters, or I found a really cool cheese plate that's made of, I believe it's marble. I even have little cheese knives that are made, that the handles are marble. So I've been looking for things that I can use to incorporate when I have my friends over. I always get tons of compliments, and there's plenty of things you can find for your home, whether it's pieces like these that you can, just leave hanging out. I've seen some really cool agate bookends. Another thing that I absolutely love is I saw a piece of furniture and the drawer pulls were translucent slabs of quartz, and they were so cool looking. So even if you don't like to entertain, I know a lot of people they don't have the time, they'd rather go out to a restaurant. There's still so many ways to influence your home with gemstone and, bring a piece of your love into your home. So there's cool candles that have gemstones on the side of them. I've even seen water bottles that have gemstone prints. So anything in your home you can add a gemstone to. Okay, so I've got a couple tips for designing your home using gemstones and jewelry. When you are looking at pieces like these, you can see the light bouncing off all the facets. You want this piece to be somewhere that when someone walks by, they're gonna see that. I wouldn't stick this in a corner somewhere where there's no light. I would probably put this in a living room or a dining room, somewhere where there might be more people walking through and they'd be able to see the light bouncing off of all those facets and they'd be able to appreciate it. Another really cool thing I've seen in a lot of my friends' homes is taking like a glass bowl or a glass vase and filling it up with different types of stones, whether it's rough or cut. That's a really cool way to show off a lot of your favorite things, gemstones, but also do it in a way that might be a little bit more affordable than showing off all your diamond jewelry. In home design, I have realized that, you can't just have tan and gray all over your home. So what I've done is I've added pops of color through amethyst. I really love agate. I have some really cool coasters that are kind of a rose quartz on my coffee table. They are really cool. They're just about this size. And I love doing that because first of all, it's small. And when I have friends over, they forget whatever they're eating or drinking, and they immediately look at those coasters and they start asking me these questions. And then if you're there, you can could show off all of your knowledge with what gems and jewelry are, and you'll be able to teach people through home design. And I think that's so, so cool. And it's one of the reasons I love interior design, especially when I'm using gems. Another thing that I've been doing is, if you've been to an area where there might be a lot of gemstones, or an area that is famous for its jewelry making, purchase something from that area and you'll never forget that adventure. So for instance, I have a mirror, it's from Colombia, and the outside is navy blue and it has flower petals painted on it. And there's nothing to do with gemstones on that at all. It's not covered in gems. But what's really awesome is that whenever I look at that mirror, I think of the beautiful emeralds I've seen in Colombia. So there's so many different ways. If you don't want to decorate with geodes or jewelry or cut stones, take pictures or find pictures off the internet of stones that you like and frame them. Another great thing would be, I'm a sucker for a good smelling candle. Well, what's better than a good smelling candle? It's a good smelling candle that has something to do with gemstones. So I've seen some, they've got kind of like a quartz container or a marble container with them. That's just another way to incorporate minerals and gemstones into your home. So whatever you decide to outfit your home with, whether it's geodes or coasters or marble, what have you, you have the knowledge that you've learned from the unboxing videos to talk to your friends about and to impress them with all that you know about gemstones and gemology. All right, so here's our labradorite right here. Something I would actually love to do is, I have seen people that they sell like gemstone tiles. When I have my dream home that's going to be full of mid-century modern furniture and beautiful woods and lots of plants and a great patio so I can have my friends over, I'm gonna have gemstone tiles in my bathroom. Picture that, just like a little, picture that right there. Now picture that all over your kitchen or in your shower. That is actually something I have longed for a very long time. I think that having like tiles, like rose quartz, wouldn't that be so cool to have rose quartz tiles in your home? Everything would be so pretty and so relaxing to look at. That's part of the reason I love gemstones, is that they're relaxing to look at. So when you go home at night, you've had a long day, you've been traveling, you've got so much to do. Every time that I look at a gemstone, I'm so happy because they're beautiful and the colors, and I know that we're so lucky to have them from, Mother Nature. We've talked extensively on this show about how tough it is to mine stones. Imagine looking at your kitchen and you see some tiles of this, or some coasters, or a really cool decorative item that you found that's made of gemstone, and you will immediately be able to relax and appreciate it. So that is one of the things I immediately thought of when I saw this piece of labradorite. Now I just have to figure out a way to, I don't know how to tile. I've never tiled anything. I'm not the most handy person. I could use a hammer. I think I've used a screwdriver and a drill. I think I'll stick to YouTube. So another cool thing that I have seen in some design blogs is the use of gemstones in drawer pull. I can't say that word. Drawer pulls. Drawer pulls. Anyways, the use of gemstones on furniture. So for instance, I have this antique dresser. It was a gift from my parents and I absolutely love it, but the drawer pulls are falling off. I really don't like them. I kind of want to, restain this piece. And I was thinking about adding like rose quartz or some amethyst drawer pulls, or even citrine, because I like that bright kind of yellowish orange color and I want a pop of color in my closet, or, if I move it to my bedroom. So that was something I was actually looking into, and that's super easy to do. So something that I love about home design is minimalism. I don't like a lot of clutter. I like really clean lines. So when I walk into the front door of my home, I want to see, simplicity. But that doesn't mean I can't use gemstones, jewelry, mineral specimens to design. These pieces, they don't have to be huge, and they don't have to be really, alarming, and they don't have to, be the first thing that your eye goes to. They can be a little bit more subtle. And I've done that with coasters. I've done that with, a really cool cheese board. There's so many options, whether you like minimalism like I do, and you like simplicity in design, or maybe you're on the other end of the spectrum, and that's totally cool, because there's really a way to incorporate gemology into your everyday life. And it's not just by wearing jewelry, it's not just by watching these really awesome videos or by talking to your friends. It can be a little bit more subtle and relaxed. So you may not want to go out and buy a whole new design theme for your home, and I totally get that. But what can you do if you already have a collection that you want to use? I would put things on bookshelves. You know, a few gemstones in a dish would be really neat, or if you have a vase and you have some tumbled stones, that would be cool. What about taking pictures of the stones that you have? And even if they're black and white photos and they're matted on white with a black frame, I think that looks so cool. Or if you want a little bit more color, like I do, maybe there's a way that you can get pictures of your bright stones like rubies and sapphires and citrines. You know, that's another way to incorporate the collection that you may already have. I've seen really cool walls in people's homes, and it's all these different sizes of picture frames, and they're all different colors, and it looks really, really cool. You could even purchase maybe a few coffee table books that have to do with the gem and jewelry business. You know, the Gemology reference book, that is one that I would love to have sitting on my coffee table every single day. That's a really cool way to incorporate your love of gemology, and maybe you put a few gemstones on top of it, or you find your favorite mineral specimen and put that on your coffee table with your reference book. There are so many ways to use the collection that you already have, and it doesn't take a lot of time or effort. It's quick. That's what I did. You all have seen this show enough to know that I absolutely love this book. This is JTV's The Gemology reference. This is a fantastic coffee table book, not just because it's gemology, but because it's absolutely beautiful. Or let's say that your friend is over and they're waiting for you to find your keys because you lose your keys just like I lose my keys, and they're just flipping through this book, and there is so many things to learn in this book. And it's beautiful. I mean, look at that. Maybe you have a bigger bookshelf and a better bookshelf than I do. That's really cool. I love this book. A lot of our ideas for unboxing shows come from this book because it is just like the go-to for gemology. This is volume number 1. This is volume number 2. So I would probably have all 3 of these. There's volume number 3, and you know, you could just put it up like this. Imagine this in your home. So you could have this on your coffee table, you could have this on a bookshelf, maybe you have like an entertainment center that you're looking to fill some space. I literally look at this book every single day. All right, everyone, let's take a closer look. I want you to take a look at the beautiful colors in the Amethyst geode and the flashes of color in the Labradorite. I've incorporated my hobbies with my true love of gemstones, and let's see how you can do that. Do you have an art project or a DIY thing? Let me know. Maybe I'll get a really great idea from you and I'll have my project for 2 weeks from now. Make sure you like and subscribe, and let me know what you love about gemology and what your hobbies are. Mine are cooking and entertaining and anything that has to do with gemstones.